the video on using Photopea for image editing. So in this project we're going to have a look at the Arty lens flare technique. So the provided file is opened within Photopea, and the first step is to go to the layers panel, press Command J on a Mac, Control J on Windows in order to duplicate that background layer. We next go to the filter menu and then come down to render and choose lens flare. So some similarities with Photoshop, so we can increase the brightness of the flare and get more emphasis on the effect. The x-axis will change the position of the flare horizontally, so you can move it across the screen to wherever you'd like it to go. Position of the y-axis will move that flare vertically, so again you can just position it where you feel most appropriate, so it's generally fairly high in the sky, and then click OK. So it's quite a yellow light at the moment, and really just want to improve the colour of the lens flare. So if we pop in a new layer from the layers panel and then press G on the keyboard, that will activate the gradient tool. So we're looking for a nice warm orange for the gradient. If you click inside your foreground colour, that will bring up the colour picker, and then you can cycle through the spectrum of colours and choose a nice warm orange and click OK. So now the gradient tool is active, the options bar changes to reflect that. If we click inside the gradient editor, we can make some changes here. So that gradient needs to be foreground to transparent. If we click on the tab stop on the right hand side, then we can change the opacity to 0%, and that will give us the checkerboard, which means that you'll not get like a massive orange in the image. So once we've done that, we click OK. The style of gradient we're going to use for this is radial, and then we just take the cursor over to where the lens flare is, hold down the shift key, and that'll just keep that line straight. Then we let go, and that just puts in that nice orange into the picture space. We need to change the blending mode just to tone that down a little bit, so we're just going to come down to soft light as the blending mode, and then that gives us a nice bit of warmth to the image. Now, side problem with Photopea is it only allows the 3 layers. So if you wanted to add in additional gradients, you could just work on the background layer. That way it means that you still work within the confines of the 3 layers. Once you've got that part of the Arty lens flare complete, you can then go to the layer menu and then just choose flatten image, and then of course you can just go to file and then export as, and then decide which format is most suitable. So that's probably a JPEG, and then once you've got that dialog box to save for the web, then you can just click save, and you're then able to download that lens flare image or share it out with somebody else. So thank you for watching. I hope you found that